What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. You can see I'm smiling a lot. You can see I'm smiling. I can't stop smiling. But Man City has defeated Arsenal 2-0 in the opening match of the 2018-19 English Premier League season, like I predicted. I actually predicted a 3-1 victory, but, 2-0 is still pretty damn convincing, Pep Guardiola chose to go in with Edison, Kyle Walker, John Stones, Laporte, and Benjamin Mendy at the back. Pretty solid back line. It shows how deep the squad is. We had Fernandinho sitting just above them with Bernardo, Silva, and Ilkay Gundogan in the midfield. Like, come on. You would have expected David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne to be there, right? But these players are still, resting up and still getting themselves in top shape after coming back from the World Cup and everything. Over on the right, we had the debutant Riyad Mahrez, who had a really solid debut. Up top, Sergio Aguero, who I think could have been a little better today, if he was a little bit more unselfish. And over on the left, we had Raheem Sterling, who had a brilliant game. I must say that he is picking up where he left off from last season, scoring over 20 goals in all competitions last season. And he didn't have a good World Cup for England, but this is a really good confident booster for him, having scored the first goal for Manchester City. For Arsenal, Unai Emery, man. Unai Emery, he is going to be doing a lot of head scratching and nail biting this season for sure, because we have seen quite a few of that, in this match. So he chose to start with Petr Cech instead of his new goalkeeper, Bernd Leno. And we had Socrates, his new signing from Dortmund, along with Mustafi in the back. Over on the left, he chose to go in with the youngster Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who had to go off early after picking up an injury. And over on the right, Hector Bellerin. In the middle of the field, he went in with the young Frenchman Guendouzi, along with Granit Xhaka, who I think had a poor game. Guendouzi, pretty, impressive youngster. He has a bright future ahead of him. Look out for that name. Above those two, we had the Welshman Aaron Ramsey. Over on the right, Mesut Ozil. On the left, Henrik Mkhitaryan. And up top, the former Borussia Dortmund, the Gabonese international, of course, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It was a, pretty solid start by Manchester City. Let's just say that. Picking up from where they left off. So it's like a routine, broken record kind of reaction, because I expected this. I did not expect Arsenal to come into this match and blow Manchester City away, even though they had some chances. They really had their chances to punish City. Edison made a few mistakes, but all in all, Manchester City were the better team on the day. They dominated possession, they dominated the passing, they had more shots on goal, more shots on target, more corners and everything. So they just looked the better team today. Plain and simple, they looked the better team. Arsenal, they have a lot of work to do. Like I said in the preview, I think it would take Arsenal, let's say 6 to 7 games before they're really starting to get their act together. It might be a little long, but the season is long. The season is 38 matches. So, 6 to 7 games, if they rub out a few draws, to keep themselves, in contention, to stay up with the, keep up with the top 5 or the top 6 teams, they will be pretty okay, but they need time to gel. Unai Emery needs time to get his selection right. I think, there's still doubts about who should play where and who should even, start the games. Whether you should start with Bernd Leno in goal instead of Petr Cech, whether you should start with Lucas Torreira, or you should go with Granit Xhaka and the youngster Guendouzi, whether Ramsey should start. There's a lot of things to ponder. You have guys like, Welbeck, you have Alex Iwobi on the bench, El Neni on the bench, Lacazette started on the bench today. Maybe he would want to switch up his formation. Maybe that would help, because Lacazette looked really lively when he came on. But, that's for Arsenal to worry about. That's for Arsenal Fan TV and all the, the guys over there to really worry about and to argue about. But let's talk a little bit more about Manchester City today. Pep Guardiola, he went in with a team that I kind of was, I was surprised. I was like, Where's Otamendi? Where's Vincent Kompany? But you know, the team has depth. The team has depth. We have Laporte and Stones, who had a pretty good World Cup for England starting. So I was like, okay. And these guys had good games. Benjamin Mendy coming back from his long injury layoff and winning the World Cup with France. He looked really lively on the left-hand side, man. Running up and down on the flanks, overlapping, you know, credited for the assist for the second goal and everything. He looks really ominous for opposition right backs and right wingers. He looks good. Kyle Walker as well. Look at his pace, his, you know, he just looks, he looks like he's saying, oh my God, thank God for putting me back in this right back position. I didn't really, you know, in his favorable position, not as a, you know, right hand side center half like he plays for England. He probably feels like, oh my God, I really needed this. Running up and down, you know, running at opposition left backs, you know, running. He just looks just in place today. Fernandinho was ever reliable, you know, playing that pivot role. Bernardo Silva, scorer of one of the goals, brilliant goal, brilliant player. One of the brightest players so far this season after having a brilliant preseason. Ilkay Gundogan, you know, he is very reliable as well, yet to come to life, I think. Riyad Mahrez, man, what a debut he had. You know, great player, great signing. The biggest signing City made in the summer transfer window. And Raheem Sterling, really good goal he scored, good for his confidence. Sergio Aguero could have done better, you know, missed the chance, but still, you know, ever reliable. You know, maybe he just had an off day. We saw Kevin De Bruyne coming on for Riyad Mahrez. You know, he had a pretty good game. You know, you guys know what Kevin De Bruyne is capable of doing. Runners-up to Mohamed Salah last season for the best player of the year. And we also saw, who else got a run on today? Gabriel Jesus came on and someone else came on. I can't really remember right about now who got another run on today. It was Jesus. Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané didn't even start this game. It just shows how deep this Manchester City squad is. It just shows. But pretty convincing win. I expected this over Arsenal. A lot of people were saying, oh, you know, Arsenal would win, you know, commented on my preview. It's going to be a draw. But guys, I expected nothing less than a win today. Like Arsenal, they're going to finish 6th again. City, I think we are going to successfully defend this title. And those of you who are saying we won't, you know, and saying like Liverpool will, it's going to be on. It's going to be on this season. You're going to see me come here every week. You know, it's going to be on. Liverpool, they did pretty well. They did pretty well versus West Ham United, defeating them 4-0. I actually predicted them to defeat West Ham 4-1, but I didn't make a prediction video. I kind of scrapped that. Also, Man United, they won. Chelsea won. Tottenham won. So it's already starting to heat up. Match day 1. It's heating up already, you know, for the 2018-19 season. But it's still early days. You know, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You know, there's going to be a lot of competition. You know, Champions League, Europa League, League Cup, FA Cup. You know, that's going to, you know, disrupt the flow of a lot of these teams. So we can't really jump, you know, ahead and get too ahead of ourselves and say, and try to predict who's going to win or who's going to come in second or third, fourth, too early. But I'm just confident in my team. You know, it's about time that a champion defend their title, and I think City are going to be the first team to do it in this current decade. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this match. You know, I'm looking forward for the next match next week versus Huddersfield. I think it's going to be routine. You know, City's next 6 matches are going to be versus the 3 teams that got promoted last season, and then against the 3 teams that got promoted this season. So I think it's going to be 7 in a row. I think it's going to be 7 in a row. I'm calling it early, 7 in a row, 21 points from a possible 21. I'm being a little cocky, overconfident right now, but I think we are going to blow these teams away. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know some talking points that I missed out on. You know, all in all, the team was really good today. You know, Arsenal, I think they could have done better, and they did not take their chances, and they need to work on their weaknesses going forward. But for City, they just have to continue doing what they've been doing from last season, and, you know, just continue doing what they're doing, winning games. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad!